Greetings, everyone. My name is Mark Platt, and I am the Teller County Extension Director and also in charge of the 4-H program here in Teller County. I thought today I would share a bit about how to move through 4-H, what 4-H is, and how to get the best out of 4-H for you and your family. So I'm going to share my screen right here and kind of show you kind of where all our information is. Really, for the most part, you're going to want to just Google Teller County Extension. Since the website for this is really long, or the web link for this is very long, just Googling Teller County Extension should come up as a first link there. And from there, you can see that we've got a bunch of different things that we do actually here in Teller County. Many people may think that 4-H is the only program that Extension does. And Extension, really what we are is an outreach of the university. We're one of the 3 branches of the university with the online or the on-site, on-campus education being the first, our research stations being the second. We've got 6 or 7 research stations across the state, and then Extension being the 3rd branch of the university. And Extension, what we do is we bring the research-based information from the university into the hands of the local people in the community. We tend to work and live and go to all the events and stuff of everybody in the community. So we work and live here alongside the people that we support. And so you can see the different things that we have available to us. We have gardening and horticulture classes, native plant masters. 4-H is what we'll talk about here in a little bit, but radon, agriculture, range, management, family, consumer science, nutrition, food, and health safety. So there's lots of stuff that we do in Extension. Today, we're going to look at the 4-H program, since this is why you're probably here. So if you click on that link there under programs here, at the top bar up here, programs 4-H, it'll take you to here. Just kind of give you some of the information about who we are 4-H wise. We're the largest youth program in the country with over 6 million youth in our program. It is for all kids ages 5 to 7 is what we call our Cloverbug youth. That's our non-competitive age group where they do activities and they meet monthly and participate in our county camp that we have in over Mother's Day weekend. The age of the kids from 8 to 18 then is our competitive group, is what most people would know 4-H for. We have over 100 projects involved with that, and you can see some of our links down here for the different projects that the kids can take. There's over 100 of them. We are renowned for our livestock and family consumer science, but we have really moved into the STEAM, the science, technology, engineering, arts, and math projects. So we've got dozens of projects from computer science to model rocketry, welding and robotics, and so forth with that. So a ton of stuff that, and visual arts, filmmaking, and so forth. So a lot of that STEAM components that you can find for there. If you're looking at enrolling in 4-H, here's our step-by-step process that's listed there. Our enrollment process tends to end either in January or February of each year. That allows our leaders to work with our youth from about the end of the February timeframe through the middle of July. We're leading right up to County Fair, which is where the kids showcase their projects that they take. So that's what we kind of wrap up. Different than other youth programs, we have a window of time where we actually do enrollment, and then we get in with the projects after that. So again, all the information is here for the step-by-step process for doing that. Here, once you're into 4-H, there are a bunch of links here that I've put on the website to help you succeed in navigating that first year or multiple years. Even if you come back here, we've got, everybody wants to know if you're in livestock, so I've broken it down my general information up top here. Whoops. General information here, which kind of talks a bit about who we are, what projects you can take, we've got 5 clubs in the county, how our program is structured. So I'm just going to look at that real quickly. We're broken kind of with, at the top here is the extension office, and we've got the 3 purple boxes here, which are clubs. Each youth must belong to a club, one of our 5 clubs. And what the club, in the club meetings, what they do is they learn really leadership skills. So the kids actually run the meetings. They vote in officers. So we've got presidents, vice presidents, secretary, treasurers, and a few other office positions available there. And the kids actually run the meetings. They vote on different events, activities, what they use their funds for. They do, so they learn parliamentary procedures, that making motions and all that good stuff. And then they also do fundraising and community service, which are elements and attributes of 4-H. They generally meet once a month, and so forth with that. Then what most kids are interested in or focused on are the projects. Those are separate from the club meetings. You will typically meet with a leader, an adult leader with that, and who may have several youth in that project. And every youth is required to complete at least one project. Uh, there is a record book component with each project. So that's you're tracking your goals, your expenses, taking some photos, writing a story at the end. This is kind of getting our youth in the process of understanding what we as adults do with such things as taxes or running businesses or all those forms that we have to fill out in our jobs or in our home. So we're trying to give them some skills to start learning those techniques and so forth with that. They also have to do a demonstration for each of the projects, and that's a short little, can be as simple as a 2 or 3 minute demonstration of a skill they learned from that project. They can do that within the club meetings or in the project meetings. And then usually each project has anywhere between 4 and 6 meetings, unless you're in some of the livestock projects, or if you are in shooting sports, which we have some overachieving coaches in that, and they actually meet once a week throughout the entire year with that. And we wrap the year up with our achievement banquet in October, where we recognize the achievements of our youth and of our leaders. And the third box over here, which is a county fair, is really how the kids go from their projects where they've learned a skill and where they actually then complete the project by demonstrating and having an interview at county fair. And so that's always going to be the first full weekend in August, and we back that up into July a week, starting on that previous Monday. And so that's kind of the breakout of kind of how the county is structured as far as 4-H. I want to get back here and just kind of share some of these links. So as I mentioned, every project has to have a record book. So you can see for livestock, all the record book links are listed right here. And then there's horse project book resources as well, which are a little bit different. So, and then down here for your indoor resources, there's really 3 things that you need to have to be successful in the record, for the indoor projects. You need to know what your record book is for that project. So you come down here and you click, so you click on that link, you find your record book in your age group, and you click on that. That record book will give you information about that particular project. The other thing for the next thing for the indoor project then is your score sheets, because your score sheets are going to tell you exactly what the judges are scoring you on. So I'm just going to click on ceramics here as the first one. So it shows you exactly what the judges will be judging you on in those indoor projects. So that, in conjunction with the record book, will give you a good solid understanding. But the third component, which will help you out even more, we can take us back here. The third component helps you out even more is this, the indoor project requirements. And this is what the state puts out each year to talk about, to identify what's required in each unit. So let's say I'm going to look at model rocketry on page 10. Let's scroll down to page 10 here. Just as an example. So under model rocketry, it talks about, here's the different classes of that, and here's what are expected each one. So unit 1, the very first entry level there, this is what's required for that particular project. So this, in conjunction, that's electric, but it's the same for whatever it is. Every project has the same kind of setup there. It tells you what you need to do for that. And like I said, that in conjunction with these first 2. So these first 3 right here will give you all the pieces to be successful for your indoor 4-H projects. And then this final 4th one is just some indoor judging guides for those projects as well. Another component of 4-H is our camps. We have 7 different camps and conferences throughout the year. These are really to give the kids some leadership opportunities, to help them meet other kids from usually other parts of the state or regions, unless we're talking about our local camp, which is this one in particular, the Camp Eagle, which is only for our Teller County 4-Hers. It's held out at the John Wesley Ranch over the Mother's Day weekend. But all these other 6 camps here are open to other folks from other counties, and it helps our kids get to know other people, helps them interact with other youth and adults, and it also gives them leadership skills. They can take on leadership responsibilities in each of these programs and camps and so forth. So it's really a good way to expand your 4-H experience beyond the projects. I put some other links on here, including the Colorado 4-H site, which has a lot of this information and some more. The Teller County Fair information. So again, like I said, we kind of completed the Teller County Fair each year. It's called the Teller County Association of Fairs and Shows. That's who manages the fair. And they're still, I think, probably have their 2019, at least at this time right now, where I'm doing this video here. They've got their 2019 set up, even though we've moved into 2020, but we're still 6 months away from county fair. So they'll be updating that as time goes on. But I put that in there so you can see what else is going on there. And then Junior Master Gardeners, which is another youth program that we have here in the county to help teach youth how to do some gardening. For those of you who are interested in becoming a volunteer, we love to have our 4-H adults come in, or our adults come in and help lead projects for our youth. The person pictured here is Miss Hildred Davis. She is our matriarch of our 4-H community here as far as leaders. She's got now, we're in February of 2020 as I'm recording this, and she is in her 52nd year as a volunteer for Teller County 4-H. So quite exceptional. So I'm going to challenge you to get involved and then see if you can meet or beat Miss Hildred's time hack there for volunteering. Here's a process down below here for if you're interested in becoming a leader. It's a step-by-step process, really starting off by contacting me, and I'll send you out some information on that and what the steps are. But this is really our 4-H site for the county. I'm hoping that this provides a lot of the tools and resources for you to become successful as a 4-H member. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Well, I'm going to go back to the top of the home. I'm going to go to the home. If you need to contact us, this is some of the thing here. Here's our contact information, the very first tab up there, which will take you to myself and all my contact information here. And then our Laura Nelson, who most of you will actually be communicating with more often than myself. She's our administrative assistant here, and really communicates quite often with all of the 4-Hers. So you'll know and recognize her name more frequently than mine, other than the weekly or bi-weekly updates I send out for all of 4-H. So that's kind of how our 4-H program goes. Again, I hope this has been valuable for you, and look forward to meeting you in person if I already haven't, and for continuing to deepen our relationship if I've met you before. Again, thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you around. Take care.